2, 3, 4. Good morning, my sisters and brothers. On this episode 301 of the Good Morning Guys podcast, thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we talk about the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and play. I am one of your hosts, the judge, the jury, the executioner of fake news and spoilers, Patrick Novosel. Hello. To my left or to my right, one of the others.
One of those directions.
Is the handyman, Hank McCoy, our resident North Kakalaki, Ryan Isley.
Howdy, hey, hey.
Howdy, hey, hey to you as well. And to the other left or right of Ryan is the man with music in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, and La Carreta in his old estomago, Mr. Marc Boucher.
We're in our 300 era, y'all.
300? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm getting a whole bunch of these memories from 6 years ago, and we're at a episode 300 of the Married to the Games podcast. 6 years ago, during E3, when E3 was a thing.
Remember when E3 was alive and well?
You guys killed E3. That's what I'm hearing.
We started a podcast and they left. Like, you know what? We're not going to let them cover this.
These GMG fools, we're done. We're done talking about video games.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, Ryan.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going, man. It's going.
How's
all
Earl,
right.
Iffle, and Niggle?
Earl, he all right.
Yeah.
He good. He real good.
Is he
Yeah.
okay? Getting along with Earl and Iffle?
So Monday was my last day at old property, and Tuesday was first day at the new property.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
It is so nice to just, even if I leave work late, like 5:15, like I did today, I'm home by like 5:30. It is so nice. Just drive up the road. Oh,
yeah.
So great.
I mean, you're not like waiting for 5 o'clock to clock out to get home because you know there's going to be a drive. Now you're like, you know what? If I'm a few minutes late,
yeah.
Oh well, I'll still get home before.
Miss WB, my wife.
The expectations are different there.
She got mad at me yesterday because it was. I was working on an AC kind of late. And she was like, you need to get home because it's your daughter's birthday and we're going out. And I was like, I'm coming. I'm just going to put my stuff up. So, yeah. Same deal, just different place. I fixed things. I've fixed like 4 ACs since I've been there on Tuesday. So,
was there a lot of training involved, or is it just like
the first day there was, the paperwork and all the HR stuff of like, you got to take your classes and do the sexual harassment, workplace, hostile work environment, all those things that I'm so used to doing that I just skip through all of those. Like I skip through the questions. I just skip to the questions because I'm like, these questions haven't changed and I know them. So,
bro, back in my old company, I had the same sentiment. I was like, I just did this. I don't do any of this stuff. I'm aware of all this stuff, the kind of thing. And so I click through it. And so I wasn't the only one that also clicked through it. And HR looked at the analytics of it all and realized that stuff that was supposed to take an hour only took people 15 minutes. And they're like, all you people who it took 15 minutes, you all need to do it again. And we're like, son of a gun.
Oh, so they made you like listen to all of it?
They made us do it again and go through the entire thing.
So what I do is like, because it plays in like whatever the little window it is, I hit play or let it go to the next slide, but then I just take my mouse cursor and click to like where the end of the video is so that it looks like I played all of it.
Wow.
And then I keep going. I mean, there's questions at the end. Like if you don't pay attention or if you don't know it,
Yeah, I know. If you get 100%, what's the difference if you've watched it or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know the answers to the questions. Don't do shady things.
keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands to yourself. Don't say anything to Brenda because she will report you. So yeah, that's really all that's going on Earl's side. Besides, yesterday was my daughter's birthday. She is 6, so shout out to Finley.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to Finley.
I think we're gonna celebrate some more this weekend. So Father's Day is put on hold.
I mean, Father's Day, just it's on the calendar, but it's like, man, I'm gonna be camping during Father's Day. Like, you know what I like, Mel? Come on.
Yeah, I was telling Mark before we started. I was like, my Father's Day thing was, I went out tonight, got me some beer for this weekend, so that's my Father's Day stuff.
And check.
Done. I'm good. As far as Iffle, not really a lot of gaming has been happening. Just been too busy, honestly, this past week. Even though I get home early and I can actually get online, I just haven't really got a chance to.
You haven't jumped into the new Destiny yet?
Oh no, I'm at the last mission.
Okay.
That was like a given.
Yeah, I'm at the last mission, but I haven't had a chance to. Well, I'm at the last mission before the last mission, if that makes any sense. So
penultimate mission.
Was it this past weekend? Yeah, this past weekend was when they launched the raid, which took I want to say only one team beat it within the 48 hours period that they gave them.
Whoa.
For the day one. They were in there for 19 and a half hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was insane. Apparently this raid is going to be ridiculous. I'm still going to try to do it. I'm supposed to be trying to do it this weekend, but I doubt that's going to happen. But yeah, so after they beat the raid, because it's the end of the 10-year saga of Light versus Dark, another mission got added after that to finally tie it all together and just end it. So I'm at the mission before, I guess, the events of the raid, and then I get to do the last mission. So it's been fun. The campaign has actually been really good. Very, very well tied together. I thought that was my wife that just opened the door.
Why did you think
sudden
that?
appearance?
Wait, what?
Claire Nobel.
She probably wanted to watch. She probably wanted to watch a movie tonight. But I'm like,
oh well, nope. Too bad.
Too bad.
So yeah, I've besides that, I haven't really played anything else. And the last time I played was last Friday. I haven't really had a chance. I've been keeping up with what's our show? Go Loser Ranger. I've been keeping up with that. That's getting really good. It's getting real really good. Yeah. I just saw something about The Boys started back sometime. So I need to watch that now.
Wait, that's back on?
It is.
Okay.
I will not be watching it again.
I'll wait till multiple episodes because I can't. I love to binge that show because I just I hate waiting a week for that.
I think it's episodes 1 and 2.
That's fair.
I think right now.
Yeah, I'm torn. That one I don't mind watching episodically how it releases, but for The Chosen, because I'm still waiting on that to finish doing its weird schedule that's coming out. But actually, someone at church this past Sunday, I guess they bought season 4. So they gave me a flash drive of all of season 4 episodes. So that's what I need to do is plug that in and just start watching that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because I wanted to binge it anyway. I was just going to wait till all of them aired so I could be and now I can just go binge them.
Yeah.
So it's just better for me to just binge it. Yeah.
I get it. You know what? The reason why I binge things is because if I wait a week, I've already forgotten everything that happened in that previous episode.
That is very fair.
And then they do the recap of the previously on. I'm like, I need to watch this. I 100% need to watch this.
Yeah. Previously on 24.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, so as far as that goes, that's pretty much it for Iffle. Eagle, not too much going on there. I'm getting some requests for singing like the end of this month, doing some singing. Been actually like this past week has been kind of difficult for me to I don't have my commute anymore. So
yeah,
that's when I normally would listen to the Bible. But now I basically like get to listen to like either Chris or like his little 10-minute sermon that he does, or I listen to like my Bible plan, which is also a Through the Word plan, and that guy talks about 10 minutes. So then I'm already at work and I'm like, well, crap. And I try to like just keep listening as I'm doing grounds and stuff, but I'm trying to get my rhythm back to that because I had like all that time.
Yeah.
That now I don't have that much time. I just like it's either I need to just start getting up when my alarm goes off, go make myself a cup of coffee, go sit at the kitchen table and read or listen. But also with that, my kids are getting up and getting ready for school, and it's
right. Oh
chaos.
My goodness. Yeah.
They will be out of school soon, so maybe I can be able to find some time in the morning to just kind of sit back and relax and do that.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find your rhythm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the rhythm again.
Life changes will do that to you.
Yeah, I've still been enjoying it. I've actually listened to. Where are y'all at? I'm on like Romans 8.
I have not started Romans yet.
Okay. I'm in Romans 5.
Okay, I've listened to Romans 8 like 4 times on repeat for the past like 2 days because Romans 8 is like it's such.
That whole book is dense.
Yeah, it is. But Romans 8 is like such a just great chapter. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right. Mark.
Okay. So
how's it going? Hell, hold on. Before wait. I think I forgot to mention there is a 4th member to the GMG crew. His name's Lucas Ham Swisher. He made an excuse that he's not going to be here. He said he's got life or family or school things. It's like just an excuse. Excuses are like buttholes. They all stink. You know what I mean? So
I haven't heard it said that way, but okay.
Everyone's got them and they all stink. You know what I mean? So whatever. He's dead to us. Hopefully we'll see him next week.
You're dead to me.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that I hate him. Okay. Luke, Mark, go ahead.
Love you. Hate you. Okay. Bye. Yeah. So I realized it's been a couple of weeks since we've actually given updates. So in that time, Patrick, you and I both have been on vacations.
We have been.
Yeah, you have, you jerks.
Mm-hmm. And another one coming up.
Yep. And so I went to the Outer Banks, which is the coastal area of North Carolina. And we go there every year. If you've listened to this show for any period of time, you know that's an annual trip for my wife's family.
Yeah. And you usually podcast from vacation.
Past couple of years I haven't, just because it's frustrating to find a spot where you're completely by yourself and there isn't noise.
Yeah, that's true. That is still true.
Go to the top of one of the lighthouses. Duh.
Well, that's a bit of a trip. But no, I mean, I actually had to. I worked some while I was at the beach to try to keep my PTO, and so had to. Thankfully, this beach house that we stayed in has a theater room in it, and so that was like the quietest area that I could
What kind of
find.
beach house you got, bro?
Let's go.
It's not like it wasn't like a full carpeted theater room.
It wasn't like a double mansion or anything.
Right.
I mean,
It was only a single mansion.
It's just
it was just a resort.
Yeah,
They only had one lap pool, peasants.
Yeah, we just had one private walkway to the beach.
Yeah.
No, really, we had a private walkway to the beach.
How private?
We were the only ones that were allowed to use that walkway.
Oh man, that'd be dangerous for me.
Who's gonna police that? Like, honestly.
Well, in order to get down that walkway, you'd have to be like on the property.
Oh
yeah.
I don't know if there was like a dude like sitting in the tall grass just waiting for somebody to get sniping.
Get off,
Mark. Why are you all in camo? No, don't worry about it. Caw.
Tango's in the week.
Wow. But yeah, no. So it was basically a room dedicated with like a larger TV with like reclining TVs and stuff like that.
Reclining TVs?
I mean, sorry, no, reclining chairs.
Whoa.
That work?
As you recline, the TV comes up with you.
Oh no, we're not that fancy here.
Man, that's
But no, so we all the families chip in and rent a beach house every year, and this one is oceanfront, so it's super nice. And it was a good time. Obviously, a lot of just chilling out. Like I said, I worked
and relaxing.
Yep, no shooting b-ball outside of school. Yeah. That'd be just weird in general, but
because maybe a couple of guys who were up
Mark's,
would roll up.
Mark's out there
in your neighborhood.
Just dunking.
Yep. The only dunking I did was at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, did you? Did you go to?
I did go to Dunkin' Donuts. Yes. Yes, because they do have one in there.
Sweetheart or honey or darling.
No, there's no shug. We don't go to that Dunkin' anymore, honestly, because they have terrible customer service.
They got too creepy.
Yeah, well, no, they just kept messing up their orders constantly. So thankfully, one opened up in another
they
part
have
of
like
town.
6 items on their menu.
And they'd mess up all of them.
Really? That's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. So thankfully, another one opened up. That's that topsy-turvy one that I always post in our
the Leaning Tower of Duncan.
Yep. But no, that one's super nice. And so yeah, we order from that one now. But no, there's one in the Outer Banks area that we always go to. But it was a super chill week. Like I said, worked in the mornings and then had afternoons to myself. Well, I say myself and 19 other people in the house. Right. Yeah. But no, it's a good time of catching up with family and everything. And, Wednesday nights, since we have 2 worship leaders in the family.
I was about to say, you brought your guitar, didn't you?
Oh, we absolutely do every year. We have family worship together. And then Thursday, that is our day where we go and see a movie. And so we saw Furiosa in the theater.
Ooh.
Yeah, which was really good. I very much enjoyed it. If you enjoyed Mad Max Fury Road, you will very much enjoy Furiosa. Which, I mean, I feel bad because like it had a very low box office Memorial Day weekend. Like
it did, yeah.
And it didn't deserve it because like it's a good movie. Like I very much enjoyed it. That dystopian apocalyptic and Chris Hemsworth as the bad guy in the movie. He does a fantastic job. Anya Taylor-Joy playing Furiosa, she was great, and the action in it is fantastic. There's a lot of like creepy gross out type stuff that happens in it, but that's like
rated R for creepy gross out stuff.
Yeah, basically.
like gore or
just like not necessarily gore, but just disgusting, like Mad Max types, apocalyptic type stuff. Okay. That's the best way I can describe it.
People wear weird things.
Yeah.
I get it.
You have
A
a
jock strap with just spikes on it, and that's all.
yeah, basically.
I mean, 100% that has got to be in the movie. There's no way it's not.
All of a sudden, a little person in like powdered makeup comes out, and he's like bald headed, and he's like manning this huge gun in the back of a truck. Yeah, it's like Borderlands type stuff.
I was about to say, is Borderlands based off Mad Max? Because that's what it's saying.
I'm sure it gets a lot of
I'm putting
vibes from it.
two together now.
I cannot wait for that Borderlands movie. That looks
I'm totally
so
gonna
much
watch
fun.
Yeah, and of course everybody's already knocking on it, like this looks terrible. But give it a chance.
I'm still gonna watch it.
I will 100% give it a chance. It looks fun.
But I very much enjoyed Furiosa.
Borderlands looks like a cross between Guardians of the Galaxy and Mad Max. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Looks goofy, fun, and also post-apocalyptic.
Yep. But and the cool thing about this theater that we went to, this is the theater we go to every year, but they have this new it's like this new style of theater where they have these reclining chairs, and they must all the chairs must have like all these subwoofers underneath the chairs. Because anytime there's like a major moment where there's like some action with major bass going on with it, you would feel it underneath your seat.
Oh, so your butt's vibrating the entire time.
Yeah. It was like IMAX on steroids. Yeah.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know that I would have liked that.
It was cool though. I enjoyed it.
I don't know you that well.
Thankfully, it was all people I knew next to me, including my wife.
Yeah.
So, but even then, no, it was really cool, and it was nice to be able to just relax in a reclining chair and watch a good movie, and it's an interesting experience. But no, it was a real good, real chill vacation to just do whatever. On the movie side of things, in addition to Furiosa, I also watched a movie on Netflix called Atlas, starring Jennifer Lopez.
I saw that as well.
Which is basically the premise is AI has taken over the world or created a huge like earth-shattering event to the point where all AI is outlawed, and all this kind of stuff, and the AI that went rogue has kind of pieced out and left the planet, and they've been looking for him for 20 years, and they finally found him. And J-Lo's character, her mother is the person that created the AI that went rogue, and so she's got to go on this mission to try to go after him, and things go awry, and goes from there. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. Jennifer Lopez, I mean, she can act. I thought she did a great job in it. So it's on Netflix. I would give it a 7.5 or 8.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the AI's name. I want to say it's Steve. Yeah, I think it's Steve.
Wow.
Yeah, Steve is the AI's name. And it's like that stereotypical TikTok voice. But it's funny. They make him funny, but also somewhat relatable. But I enjoyed
the comic relief was that AI voice. He was awesome.
Yep. So you watched it as well?
Yes.
Nice.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I like any like space robotic AI kind of movies anyways. So I really enjoyed it. It was action packed. The story pacing was great. The set pieces were awesome. I really liked it. And yours 7.5 out of 8. That's same. I mean, that's same. It didn't blow me out of the water, but it was a fun ride.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It's nice popcorn flick. Wasn't bad. And then I also watched a documentary on the history of Abbey Road, which, if you're not familiar, Abbey Road is the name of a music studio, formerly known as EMI, that it was renamed in the 60s, especially when bands like the Beatles recorded at that studio and made that
we're
famous.
The Beatles.
Like bunch of musicians.
People say we always beetle around.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yep, that's exactly a Beatles song.
I know
Absolutely.
music.
Yeah, everybody from like the Beatles to even like John Williams and the London Symphony Orchestra. They recorded episode 1, all the music for that at Abbey
really?
Road. Yeah. And that studio has been open since the 30s, and so they did like a major history of all the artists that have recorded in that studio and a bunch of different stories, and that's right up my alley. I love that kind of stuff. So it was super enjoyable. So I believe that was on Disney Plus, was what I watched that on. So if you're into that kind of stuff, certainly check that out. One more thing on the IRL side of things, though, I made a little bit of an investment. So as you guys know, and this kind of dips into the Eagle side of things. Still been working on recording my album. We were actually able to go back into the studio this past Saturday and do some cleanup work, because the first song that we started working on needed some work, needed some changes to it. And so my brother-in-law, what's that?
I said, did you do like punch in and fix the spots, or did you just like fully re-record?
Well, some of it we had to fully re-record because it was off the click. And so unfortunately, one of the big things is we had to scrap the drum track, which really sucks.
Oh no.
Yeah. So basically we had to re-record my guitar track and the bass track and some lead guitar track, but we finally got to do some vocals, which was good after taking so long to do that. And then we actually, because my brother-in-law had to step away from being the drummer, because I have both my brother-in-laws have been working on this. My brother-in-law Kevin, he does guitar and bass, and then my brother-in-law Jim, he does has done drums. But he had to step away, so I have another guy that's jumping in with me. So we'll be jumping in on that real soon. Yeah,
it's always the drum.
Yeah, it's been a process trying to get to coordinate and communicate with the team, trying to get people in at the same time to try to get this process moving. But slowly but surely we're getting it moved along. But I made an investment because I want a particular instrument for use on my album.
Sax.
So,
tell me it's a sax.
Is it mayonnaise?
Sexy sax. Yes, it's mayonnaise. No.
No. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Is that a banjo?
No, it is a mandolin.
Oh, mandolin.
It's a fancy banjo.
Yeah. So, I purchased a mandolin. I traded in for a mandolin. And so I've started to learn that and at least get to the point where I can record what I want to record.
Cool, man.
And are you putting a mandolin on every track, or is it just a specific?
I don't know about every track, but there will be probably a couple of tracks, because this album is very like folk acoustic, and so that's what I'm going for. So we're not going like full bluegrass or anything, but folky. So so I would like some mandolin on there. Now, obviously, I'm hoping to get good enough to where I can do it on the regular, like at church and stuff, and use it not all the time for leading, but occasionally use it. Just something to add to the arsenal. And you would think that the jump from guitar to mandolin wouldn't be a big one, but yeah, it's different. You basically have to, even though there's some similarities, you basically have to treat it like a different instrument. So, but that's been fun. And then on the IFL side of things, more Fortnite. I started up Hellblade 2 and got through the initial like opening and cutscene and haven't been back to it. Not because I didn't like it, but I just haven't been back to it yet. But I have not given up on it just yet. But yeah, that is pretty much it for me.
All right.
All right.
So Patrick, that leaves you, good sir.
Yeah. Last but not least, let's start with the Earl side of things. Yes, same week Mark was on vacation. I was on vacation, but I was in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, which is like 20 minutes east of Destin, Florida, on the Panhandle. And I love this vacation. We go to a beach with Mel's family every couple of years. I look forward to this vacation because it's a vacation of nothing.
Beautiful.
And we had beautiful weather all week. It did not rain at all week. So we were able to get down to the beach, just hang out for a couple hours, come back up to the house, go to the pool, drink all day, and that's about it. Every single day was like that. It was fantastic. And I played some Fortnite while I was down there. We watched some movies while we were down there. I mean, it was just relaxing, not going anywhere. So we stayed in a house with Mel's, my family and Mel's family. So it was like 18 of us, something like that. It was 3 floors and everyone had their own room. It was nice. We had our own little space and things like that.
Oh, so you had the double mansion.
It was large. It was very large. There were 6 bedrooms, and all the adults got their own bedrooms, and then the 2 other rooms were bunk rooms. That's where all the kids were. So that was nice. And we're in a house, and we walk like 2 streets over, and we're on the beach. It's like a 5-minute walk. On the other end of the street is the main street, and it has an ice cream shop and a seafood place. One night, Claire and I went to the seafood place because we're the only ones that like seafood. So we went there, got a nice dinner, and had a little dad-daughter date. And then afterwards, we got some ice cream. That's the farthest I got away from the house, which was 5-minute walk, around down the street. It was incredible. I didn't go anywhere. Usually, sometimes we go places like we'll go to indoor putt-putt, or we go to some indoor or shopping or something like that. But because it was nice, I didn't want to go. We didn't need to go. I didn't need to go anywhere. I just wanted to chill. There was one day that there was several of them that went shopping, and I was like, you have fun. I'm going to sit here, have my drink, and sit by the pool and enjoy it. So yeah, vacation was really, really nice. And then we drove home on Saturday. So we're there a week, and on Saturday it started to rain, and we drove all the way to the top of Alabama. Sorry, no, we drove all the way to Nashville, and it took like 8 hours driving time. In rain. So instead, because it was raining and we could barely see sometimes, it took over 11 hours to get to Nashville instead of 8.
No.
Yeah, it was awful. And so on Sunday, we stopped in a hotel on Sunday morning, drove a little bit more, and it rained the entire way home. And as soon as we got home, it stopped raining. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So at least we didn't need to unpack in the rain, which was nice. On the other Earl piece I got stopped by the police after work one day.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So
they said your car's too old to be driving, and you should.
How's this thing still running?
I was like, I had turned onto a street, and then there was like a cop on a motorcycle had thrown on his headlights. So I got over. I was like, not me. I'm not speeding. I'm not. I'm obeying all the laws and everything. And then he stops and gets behind me, and I'm like, what did I do? What in the heck did I do? And so he comes up to the right side on the passenger side. I roll down the window, and he's like, do you know why I stopped you? And I was like, no, sir, I do not. And he's like, you had your phone in your hand. And I was like, okay, and I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I was probably turning on Through the Word because that's not my drive. And so, and so I'm like, oh gosh, I have my phone in my hand. And then, so I when he came up, it was on the dashboard. And so he says, something about like the what some sort of law. And I was like, no, I don't know what that law is. And he's like, it was passed in 2023 that you're not allowed to have your phone in your hand unless you're talking to someone and it's up to your ear. Otherwise, it needs to be adhered to your dashboard of some way. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay. So I gave him my license and registration. He walked back there. This is like right outside the building. And I'm like watching my coworkers just walk by. No. And I'm like, son of a gun, man. So he comes back and he doesn't have like stuff in his hand to write me a ticket. And he gives me my license and registration back. And he's like, you seem like a nice guy. And I was like, I try, sir. And he's like, I just want to let you know that I've stopped 15 people today, and I've given 15 tickets today. He's like some of these people that I stop, I tell them about this law, tell them how, the number one cause of all the accidents right now are believed to be because people are on their cell phones. And he's like, some people just hear that it goes in ear one and out the other. And he's like, you're the kind of guy that sounds like it's gonna stick. So he's like, I'm letting you off with a warning. And I this point, like, I don't get stopped by the cops, like this is new for me. And he's like, I tried to find stuff on you. He's like, and he's like, I went back all the way to 2011 and you were driving a 42 in a 25. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that because it goes from 40 to 25 back up to 40 in one certain section. And I didn't know that it went down that fast for that short stretch. And I remember getting stopped by there. And he's like, and that's the only thing I could find. He's like, you seem like an upstanding citizen. So, keep doing what you're doing. And take off, whatever. So I shook his hand and I was like, thank you for your service. I appreciate what you do. And he's like, thanks for having us and let me go. And I was just like, I could not sleep that night because I was just like, so like anxious that entire day. Like, cause I don't get involved with police ever. So it was so like out of the ordinary for me. But yeah, it felt like I was like, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't think I was breaking the law or anything, imagine me getting a ticket for putting on Through the Word for on my way home,
Thanks, God, trying to listen to your word.
To me, actually, when I was working at a different property, I got pulled because I was typing in, like, I had my phone in my hand and was typing in an address to get to a place. Yeah. And the cop pulled me. He was like, I pulled you over. And I thought it was because my registration was out. I was like, yes, because my registration's out. I'm literally typing in the address to go do that right now. And he's like, actually, that's not why I was pulling you, because you're on your phone. I was like, well, that's why I'm on my phone. Yes, I did it before I left work. But also, it's been a really crappy day. Can you please just let me go?
And did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Last time I got pulled over, which was, I think it's the only time I've been pulled over. I was doing 51 or 52 in a 35. And I was just not paying attention. And the funny thing is, like, I was coming back from Dunkin' Donuts and I was just not paying attention to how fast I was going. And I was like, and I got a ticket for $167. I'm like, that is the most expensive cup of coffee I have ever gotten.
Oh man. Yeah, so, there's a section near our house where it's 50 and then it goes down to 35. And my brother got stopped like 6 feet after the 35 miles per hour sign.
Oh man,
where he was still going 50.
They were
just waiting. Like, what? Like, he's like, come on, you didn't give me a chance to slow down. So
goodness.
Yeah. So that's all for the Earl side of things. On the Iffle side of things, I've watched some movies. I've watched almost every single X-Men live action movie that is out. So I watched X-Men 1 and 2. I enjoyed those. The next one was X-Men Wolverine Origins. That was incredible. I loved that movie. I love origin stories, so I totally was on board with this. This was a 9 out of 10.
It's hard to get mad when it's also Wolverine because
it was good. It was good. So then the next one is X-Men First Class, and I was like, this is all right. I mean, I'm like, that's not the original cast. I like the cast from the X-Men 1, 2, and 3. And then I watched X-Men Days of Future Past. And that movie was it blew every other X-Men movie out of the water.
Yeah, man.
It was.
What was your
awesome.
favorite part?
Favorite part? I mean, it was back and forth with everything. I mean, like I loved how Wolverine. It wasn't this the one where he went back in time, or was that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He went back in time. I mean, like, this was really, really cool. I loved the time travel sorts of it all. And this, I mean, everything about it was awesome. This is a 10 out of 10 movie. This is an A+.
Or maybe I was thinking I might have been thinking of First Class because that was the one with Quicksilver, right?
Yes.
That scene is just
the whole time in a bottle scene.
Anytime Quicksilver is in it, I mean, he steals the scene, man.
That time in a bottle scene where he's just running around the kitchen, just messing everybody up.
And then after Days of Future Past,
it all went down from there.
Yeah.
I watched X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that one. So tell me your honest opinion of that one.
My honest opinion, like, I am live messaging Lucas during this, and I'm like, why is this happening? How come when they kidnap the X-Men and all of their powers they cannot use them? Why is Mystique still not Mystique? Why is she in a different form? Like, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And then Beast is asking questions like, what is happening? What are you talking about? A new bad guy. I'm like, are you even paying attention? Like, you're in every single one of these scenes. You know what's going on. Why are you asking these questions? You're supposed to be the smart guy in this group. You are an idiot almost the entire movie. So, like, I was so frustrated with this movie. Frustrated. And, like, I had no preconceived. I heard it was bad, but now again, I don't care what anyone else thinks. I will like what I like, but everyone was right about this movie. It was a bad movie. So
I think when I saw trailers of that movie, I was like, this looks horrible. I'm not watching this.
What makes me angry is, and it's funny, our friends over at Comics in the Cross podcast posted this today on their Twitter, on their X Twitter, whatever you want to call it. The scrapped original design for Apocalypse. And he looks like Apocalypse. And they scrapped that and went with what they went with for Oscar Isaac. And I'm like, y'all are stupid.
No, like, Apocalypse looked like Ivan Ooze from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Ladies and gentlemen,
I think that's what I said when I first saw it. I was like, is that Ivan Ooze?
I was just like, come on, guys. What is this movie?
Stupid.
So I have not watched The Dark Phoenix. I am waiting till I go to Brazil in 2 weeks, and Lucas and I are going to watch it together so we can just roast it together.
Please.
And then
please record it also. Record.
I am looking
I need color commentary from both.
Really looking forward to that one. So I watched that one. I watched the new Civil War movie with Kirsten Dunst. Not good.
Swing and a miss.
No, it was a swing and a miss. Yeah, it was.
Dang
it was
man.
a D. Maybe
I really
even
wanted
an
to
F.
watch that. And now
So did I. It's a really cool.
That movie is not good.
It's a really cool premise, and there is no payoff. It was just like, you're leading up to everything, and then it ends, and I'm like, that's it. Like, I was like, at the end of a TV show when there's a cliffhanger, you're like, all right, cool. There's another episode. This one, you're like, oh, there's not another episode. Like this. This is it. No after credits, no epilogue.
Where'd you watch it at?
Novacell now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yarr.
I'll wait for it to come to proper streaming.
Yeah. Speaking of no payoffs, Claire and I watch scary movies together. We watch a lot of movies together. So one of the movies we watched in the past week was Tarot. It's like it's kind of like Final Destination kind of feel where there's a bunch of kids in a log cabin. They get read their horoscope from a deck of cards they find in the cabin, and the deck of cards are cursed. And
I've seen the trailer for that.
Yeah, everyone dies in the exact manner their horoscope was read, so there was no surprise. And then it was a happy ending, and there was no like. Usually, horror movies are like, like it's cursed and isn't over, or there's going to be something else.
Get some sort of a stinger.
I was like, oh, there's a happy ending, and somehow this other guy survives, which was I was like, that's a cop out. He survives in this way. And then like they go off and they're happy and they're in the movie. I'm like, what? There's no twist? Usually there's a twist in these. If they didn't throw in a twist, your movie sucks.
Good day, sir.
Yeah, so get out of here. Yeah. So the second movie my daughter and I watched. So we watched all the Marvel movies so far, and there's a new movie coming out in July. So I was like, well, we should probably watch the first two. We watched Deadpool.
Oh my gosh. I cannot believe you watched
showed your daughter
Deadpool with your daughter.
I cannot believe it either. I cannot believe it either. I watched the trailer and Claire's like, oh, that looks like fun. Let's watch that. I was like, cool. And I did not remember all the things that were in this movie.
R. What do you mean?
that is a hard R, dude.
We've watched many R movies together, and this one takes the cake in the R movies we've watched together. And I was like, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. There were scenes where I'm like, I am sitting next to my daughter right now. I am so uncomfortable. What am I watching this for? But she's over there. She's giggling at all the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool quips and all that stuff. She thought the movie was absolutely hilarious. It was a 10 out of 10 for her. But I'm like, I forgot about those scenes. Oops. What have I done? And I was like, well, if you've seen this movie, everything else is a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah. But she loved it. And I'm okay with, she's 14. I'm okay with watching our movies with her. She's always been mature. She always understands. She knows what's right from wrong. She leads a good life. So these movies do not affect her in any way. But this one, oops. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have. I am really testing the waters.
So wait, you watched both Deadpools, or
no?
Just
I watched one, and I was like, maybe I should read the parents' guide to Deadpool 2 first before, or know when to fast forward.
Yep.
The entire movie.
Yeah. And that's it. That's just credits, Dad. Yep.
Yeah,
a good movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. At the end of the movie, Deadpool was in like a robe and a towel around his head, and he's like, "You're still here?" And I asked her,
like,
"You know where that's
Ferris Bueller thing?"
Yeah. I asked her, I was like, "Do you know where that's from?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "That's from Ferris Bueller's Day Off." And I was like, "Have you ever heard that?" She's like, "No." And I was like, "All right, that's what we're gonna watch next. Let's wipe the slate."
Palate cleanse. We need a palate cleanse.
Yes, for sure. So those are the movies I watched. I watched the first 7 episodes of season 3 of Welcome to Wrexham. Man, that show is so good. Even if you don't like soccer, this show is so like heartwarming, heartfelt. I mean, like the things that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney do for this community, for this city, and just see the city grow for what they've done just with the football club. Oh man, dude, it's really good. You get the backstories of all these football players and what's going on in their lives, like serious things. And I'm just like, man, I'm tearing up, tear rolling down my cheek, kind of heartfelt. It's really, really good. It is, I mean, it's soccer. It's soccer fans, so the language is
Crass.
not censored, and the coach for the Wrexham Football Club, he has a potty mouth, an absolute potty mouth. And I was watching it, and Clark comes out. He's like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "Oh, dang it! I had it too loud, didn't I?" Son of a gun. He was saying a lot of bad words. I was like, "Yeah, dang it." Yes, he was. We don't say those things. We may hear them. We don't say them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last show that I started to watch is Acolyte, that new Star Wars show.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I watched it as well.
Have you watched all 3 episodes so far?
I started watching the 3rd episode. I haven't watched all of it yet.
I hear that people don't like it. I'm enjoying it. I love this new story that I've never heard of before. I want to see what's going to happen.
I liked the first couple of episodes. I liked where they were going with it.
Yeah.
Some of the things were was like, okay, but most of it I was like, okay, I like this so far. So
yeah, it goes back and forth in time, to the main characters when they were young, and so I'm like, okay, cool. Let's find out. Let's do the origin. Let's find out what happened. Why are they here? Why? So I'm very, very interested in this show.
How long are these episodes?
45 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
There was a character that was done dirty that I was not appreciative of, but without getting into spoilers.
Okay, we'll have to talk after the episode about that because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Very early on.
Ooh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. You know, there's a point where some guy says, what does he say? Something to the effect of, "I thought what we were doing was right." And I was like, "Oh, what did you do? And why did you think it was the right thing to do?" So hopefully when they go back in time, they'll unpack that a little bit. So they've hooked me in the show.
Yep.
On the game side, like you, Mark, I've dabbled into Hellblade 2. But for me, you said you don't know. It's not like it hasn't hooked you or anything. Hellblade 2 hasn't hooked me. It is.
That is sad. That is sad.
So, Hellblade 2 graphically is one of the best games out there, graphics wise. It is one heck of a game graphically. The shadows, the face motions, the facial expressions, the cutscenes. I mean, they are really, really well done. And that's about all I can say about this game.
They forgot to make a game.
They did. I mean, you are walking from one thing to another while these voices are going back and forth in your head, and going back and forth in your head while you're talking to another NPC. I'm like, can you shut up? Because I can't hear what's happening, and there's 3 things in subtitles going on right now. I was like, I can't get this all, like, be quiet. But I'm just like, but you're doing that. It's constant. Like it's a game where you're supposed to play it with the headphones because it sounds like you have thoughts inside your head going on. You have people talking, you have the narrator, and then you have the 2 voices inside your head. It's like sometimes there's 4 voices going on. You're like, oh my gosh, this is way too much. But again, you're walking or running or climbing slowly or climbing down slowly.
There's
and
no
then
fight.
There is some combat, but it's
and then when you get into combat, you fight 3 enemies, one after the other, and it's only 3 enemies, and all the time, and each of these enemies will slowly slash at you, and all you need to do is dodge, slash, dodge, slash, and then
you can't parry anymore.
You can parry, but it doesn't even make a difference because you can just dodge. So I'm doing this, and then I'm get through the first 3 fights, good, done. Get to the next fight, and I get like some item that allows me to slow down time. And now all I do is when I dodge, I fill up that meter, and then when I dodge enough times,
focus or whatever,
then I can focus, slow down time. I kill the enemy easily, and I do that for like 3 straight enemies. And I'm like, and then that's it. Now I'm back to walking, narrating, voices inside my head, and I'm just like, I've played, I don't know, maybe 3-4 hours of it, and I'm just like, I really don't care.
Yeah,
because I'd rather just watch it. I don't want to have to control this.
Isn't there a way that you could set it to, like, I think for this one there's a mode that you're supposed to be able to put it in where it's basically just like movie mode and you just watch it.
Yeah, it's called youtube.com.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I've done that before. Man. You type in the name of a game. You type in movie next to it.
Because Hellblade 1 was incredible.
It was. It really was. And this game, unfortunately for me, has been a huge letdown. And
I'm only about an hour in, so I'd probably need to give it a little bit more time. But
every single hour after that is the same as the first hour.
Okay, cool.
I think it's only like a 6 or 7 hours if you just go straight.
So I'm halfway through.
You're halfway through, dude.
Like, should I waste
living on a prayer? Indeed.
I'd rather watch Apocalypse again.
Oh wow!
I can't do this one. It's just
shots fired.
It's like I'm playing Hellblade 2 for like 15 minutes, and I get a text to play Fortnite. I'm like, sure, yep.
And I'm in.
Jeez, but yeah, man. But speaking of Fortnite, I've been playing Fortnite. The new season is awful. Like, I was like, this is fun because it's Mad Max style. You're driving around. I was like, this is great. And then after a week of it, I'm like, man, this is awful. This is all you're doing is driving around. Everyone's driving around. So I'm ready for this season to be done and get back to the normal Fortnite.
I actually haven't seen Kingston playing very much, so maybe that's fine.
I'd be happy with Fortnite OG at this point. Like, and I did not care for Fortnite OG. I would take that over this. Like, granted, it's a lot more fun when you're playing with friends, but like,
100%.
When you're just spending like 85% of the time in a car, and you like you have to get a car. If you do not get a car, you will die.
So unless you're driving, which you have some sort of action, or you're in the turret seat and you're using the turret. If you're in the back seat, you're not doing a dang on thing until you stop and get out of the car.
You can't even like
you can shoot out the window.
I mean, you can, but I mean, like, what are you gonna do? 6 damage as someone's driving around and you're trying to find a good vantage point to shoot them.
The one thing I would say to that is, always. I've lately been trying to always carry one of those is the shock bolt or whatever that is, the crossbow thing.
Yeah, those are good.
So that way, if I am in that position, at least I'm doing something significant.
Yeah.
But yeah, not like 85% of the time you're in a car, and that to me that's not Fortnite. It's just not.
They do have those boogie bombs, which I love to have because the boogie bombs, you throw them at people that are in the cars, and it's a disco ball. And you throw it at them close enough, then they have to exit the car and they start dancing. And they cannot stop dancing for 3 seconds. So
they can't shoot the gun or anything.
If you hit them, then they're open to shoot because they can't do anything but dance for 3 seconds. They can't shoot. They can't get in their inventory. They can't do anything. So at least those are in there to stop people from driving around. But my goodness, it is rough.
Yep. This was not it for this season, but thankfully, there'll be other seasons and those will disappear. Hopefully
it will end and they will add something. They will do something else. Yeah. That's what I like about Fortnite. If it's not something you like, it's in like 6 weeks, it's going to be over and they'll do something else.
Yep.
Outside of that, on the Eagle side of things, we had Vacation Bible School last week with the kids. They loved it. Yeah, I mean Nothing really else I would say about that. The kids had a good time. On Sunday, we had a vacation Bible school, which was Monday through Thursday last week, and then Sunday was supposed to be the 5th day of vacation Bible school. And I serve in the Grow Zone, which is kindergarten through 5th grade, and usually we have maybe 20 to 30 kids on any given Sunday. This Sunday we had like 60 kids.
Wow.
Ooh.
And it was loud. It was a riot.
Chaos.
It was chaos. It was so much fun.
Volunteers come in and help.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. 100. We had twice as many volunteers. So it was fun, but man, it was exhausting. It was so exhausting.
I bet.
But seeing new kids I have never seen before and ask me questions or come up to me and play with me or whatever it is. It was really, really fun to connect with those kids.
That's one thing I wish that we did as a church. We don't do VBS at our church. At one point we did, apparently, but
we don't either.
Yeah, we just stopped, and I just don't think people have had the energy and support to want to do it again. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's really good at getting new people in the church who might not have visited. So like, I think we should do it again, but probably won't have enough people willing to do it. But
it takes an army to put together.
Yeah.
And kudos to you, Patrick, for serving in kids ministry, because like I love my kids.
That's a nightmare.
I love the kids that go to my campus.
Yeah.
I will lose my crap if I have to stay in there and watch all those kids.
I don't know. Just there's one kid that is a shy kid, and he doesn't talk to other people. He's really reserved. But when he sees me, he lights up. We fist bump. We talk. We chat. We play Fortnite together now. And so, like, when getting him to come out of his shell a little bit more is just rewarding.
Nice.
just to see that. So awesome, that kid. My son is also in the Grow Zone with me. So seeing him and playing with him on Sundays is fun. But just seeing the growth of this other kid really keeps me coming back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but that's about it for me.
Sweet.
How about you, dear joiners? If you want to share what's new in your neck of the woods, you can do that. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping, shall we?
Housekeeping.
Where we offer you towels, fluff pillows, topped with Andy's candies, and tip you off to the GMG news you need to know and how you can connect with the GMGU on Twitter, Discord, or Facebook, or Instagram. You can share what's new with you, just like some of these fine folks did on our Discord.
Oh, seamless transition.
Ta-da!
There it is. There it is. Let's start off with the first person. Kevin, the Gamer Parents Podcast, says, Earl, been a while since I talked about my old Pokemon card collection. Recently, I had sent in another 46 cards to be professionally graded, and I just got them all back. Nerve-wracking to think about going through, but plan to check them all out tonight and hoping for good grades. I also just got a new phone today. Hopefully it was Apple.
iPhone.
True story.
Android
no green text.
Is no good. No green text, please.
Although they're fixing that apparently.
Who's they?
So Apple is moving to a new system that plays well with Android.
It's supposed to be RCS, right?
Yes.
They were supposed to have done that at the beginning of this year.
Well, apparently that's coming in iOS 18, which will be out soon.
All right. Yeah. What is that? Like September?
Yeah. Usually.
Okay. All right. So back to Kevin. He said, I also got a new phone today, and I was so surprised at how easy it was to transfer everything over. I got to tell you, I got to stop right here. When you get a new phone, you always have to upgrade to the next highest storage, because if you don't, you got to delete things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I have iCloud for that reason.
Yeah, I got Google
don't
Photos.
use iCloud anymore.
A little bit cheaper on Google Photos.
Yeah, slightly cheaper with Google Photos. You
Yeah.
remember when Google Photos was free and you could store whatever you wanted?
Yes, yes.
Good times.
I will tell you, I have the
It was a good ride.
I have the most Google-fied iPhone that you have probably ever seen.
I know,
So it's a Pixel.
It's basically a Pixel. Yeah.
Let's see. He goes on to say, not just all the usual stuff like contacts and apps, but all my preset alarms, my ringtone, and I was already logged into most of my apps. It's been a while since I got a new phone, so maybe this isn't new to everyone else, but I was definitely impressed with how the phones work now. Oh, also, we found a hole in our yard that had 5 newborn rabbits, which we fully intended to leave alone. But we had a ton of rain one night this week, which caused flooding in our yard. So to save them from drowning, we moved them into a box and they slept in our garage that night. Their mom was waiting for them early the next morning. Oh my gosh. Imagine being a mom and all 5 of your kids are gone, running around all night. Oh no! Whatever rabbits. What do rabbits bark? I mean, what do they do? Do they make
some sort of noise? Yeah.
What does a fox?
Something like that. Pop, 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 pop.
Their mom was waiting for them early next morning, and we were able to reunite them. It felt so good. I did have to tell my wife that we were not allowed to keep any of them.
Come on, Kevin. Live a little.
Well,
he's got kids. They probably wanted them.
You don't steal one of your kids. There's got to be something done about your kids.
Mama wouldn't know that all 5 were missing. You could give 4.
Oh man, Mark, I just totally forgot about my update.
Oh
Sidebar here. I watched Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3 with Clark this past week.
Very nice.
Oh wow.
And I watched all 3 of them with him in one sitting.
Ooh, that's good time.
He was he's had ADHD, so he has medicine, and he was sitting still the entire time. He was calling things out. He was like, and there was a moment for example, in Back to the Future 3, when Marty is running around out the back, runs into the stove, and the front of the stove pops off, and Clark looks at me and he's like, I wonder if he's going to use that for the bulletproof vest. And I was like, you are so paying attention. You're catching these things.
And that's a foreshadowing from the second movie.
Because we watched him back to back to back, he remembered that
that's
little
so
clip
good.
when he gets to the Trump Tower.
Yep.
But yeah.
They did that in Trump Tower, didn't they?
No, it wasn't Trump Tower. It was like Biff Tower or something.
Yep.
Might as well be
in
the
the
same.
States or whatever. No, Biff Tannen's Pleasure Paradise. That's what it was.
Pleasure Paradise. That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds even worse.
Listen, son, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The easy way.
Yeah. So that was really, really fun to watch Back to the Future again. I mean, I love those movies, but also fun to watch it with Clark, who had never seen them before. So that was cool.
That's a good time.
Yes. Back to Kevin. He says, Iffle progressing through the Fortnite battle pass at least until I get the Fallout power armor. Then I'll probably play other games.
Nice.
Also just started Midnight Suns. And after about 2 hours of the game, I got into about 20 minutes of gameplay. I think I spent way too much time talking to the characters and need to get this moving. I'll tell you what, Kevin, you do you. You know, whatever you're having fun with, enjoy. I had a great time talking to all the other characters. But yeah, I understand there is way too much talking. On the Eagle side, he says, my wife and I recently joined a weekly small group where everyone has a chance to talk about what God is doing in our lives. And then we all play Jackbox, which has been a lot of fun with the other couples there.
That sounds like a real good small group. Can I join yours?
Yes, that sounds awesome. Well, thank you.
That sounds fun, man.
Lord Zukor says, June is Earl/Iggle, aka Ministry Month. Last week, my wife and I went to singles camp to minister to our singles Sunday school class. One story came about God working around about miracle. Wait, hold on a second. One story came about God working a roundabout miracle came before camp. Am I reading that right?
Yep. I also had a stroke.
We love you, Nate. Sorry.
Love you, Nate.
Hold on. Let me read it again. Let me see if I can figure this out.
I think he means let's say one story came about about God working a roundabout miracle. I think he just accidentally put that.
I think he used came twice. Again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So one story came about God working a roundabout miracle before camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Sunday before we left at 3 a.m. out bus route
hour.
I
feel like I need a red pen here.
All right. Oh my goodness. A bus route. Bus broke down in the middle of the route, which wasn't the bus we were going to take. But when they went to start up the other bus after services, it wouldn't start either. You've got to be kidding me. They couldn't get that bus working, but we were able to rent 2
12-passenger vans.
2 12-passenger vans on a Sunday afternoon. Wow, that's convenient. How did that happen?
That's crazy.
So I've been telling people that God broke down our yellow bus
yep.
to let us know that the white bus wouldn't start, and then provided 2 vans to rent last minute. He wanted us to get to camp on time. And one of the young people that we took got saved at camp.
Very awesome. Worth it.
Congratulations.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I love that. This week is teen camp, which I'm not involved with, but back home, we're getting ready for a VBS next week where I will be leading the music room 5 nights in a row. It's a sprint, but it's good. I'm throwing words in here, but it's good to be used in God's ministry. In other news, we're going to the circus tonight, and the tomato plants are growing. Love y'all. Talk to you later.
Have fun at the circus. Don't feed the elephants.
Love you too, buddy.
Are elephants even a thing anymore at circuses? They don't.
I don't know.
I feel like circus. I'm surprised that circuses in general are still a thing.
Still happening.
Did y'all ever get to the circus when y'all were little?
Oh yeah.
I've even taken my kids to the circus.
Didn't go to Ringling Brothers. My parents never wanted to pay for that.
I've been to that one. I've went to that one and Universal Circus.
Ours was like a local thing.
Yeah.
Mr. Pastor Coach Ham.
The dead one.
The one you hate.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to read this one. Is there anybody else before we go to him?
Yeah.
Is this it? Is there any more?
Yeah.
Aaron.
All right, let's go to Aaron first. Childhood area code 301.
Yeah.
AKA
we're celebrating 301 this week.
Heck yeah. Earl, not much going on this week. Period. All right.
Full stop.
On the IFL side of things, been playing a Uden Chronicle and quite a bit of Mountain Blade 2 as well. Also started the Acolyte. I'm meh so far. Don't hate it. Famous Marc words. And it features some of my favorite actors, but it hasn't really grabbed me yet either. Overall, I get the sinking feeling Star Wars is making a similar mistake as the MCU did by turning it into a content mill. Now that Marvel's pulled off the gas a little bit, I've reached the place where I'm actually ready to see the next thing. Same. Maybe Star Wars could benefit from a similar gap. There doesn't need to always be something coming out. Just my opinion.
Yeah, man. Because then it's more of an event when like the big Star Wars movies come out, and they'll pay more attention to the story, making sure that it's good.
Yeah.
So,
what would you want to see next in Star Wars, though? At this point,
non-Skywalker saga stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm digging this Acolyte story right now. It's 100 years before Star Wars Episode 1. I think that the kind of like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, kind of stuff. Like, give me a new story, but make sure it's centered around Jedi. I like the Jedi stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're gonna go to the dead man. Mr. Pastor Coach Ham. Since I'm 99.9% sure I won't be joining in person, shut up, Lucas. So here I am with my updates for your reading and discussing pleasure. Buckle up.
I will not. I will unbuckle.
Yeah.
Breaking the law.
I'm going to take this slow. I'm going to go 25 miles an hour in a 45 mile an hour zone. We're going to let people pass. I've already let Aaron pass. All right, Earl, I have survived the last couple of weeks of school and only have one more day of wrapping up some administrative tasks and cleaning up my pigsty of an office. Seriously, I have barely had time to breathe at school and have lots of paperwork and random things piled up considerably on my desk. Many things to trash and move on from. Next up will be some chillaxing, hanging out with Patrick when he visits. Can't wait. And then begin working on plans for next school year. Iffle, I am proud to say that my kids are both neck deep in Dead Cells. Man, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I'll tell you what.
Nope.
Or maybe he just forced it on him. He's like, you're playing Dead Cells because I can't play it by myself. You got to play it.
Please play. I need to see someone playing.
And then a straight IV drip on this. And they seem to be enjoying it. He wants them to enjoy it. He wants them. You better enjoy this.
Gun to their head. I'm loving this, Daddy.
Say what you like about it. Say what you like.
I'm gonna video it. Make sure you pretend you love it for the audience.
I want you to read this like a YouTube sponsor ad.
This is the greatest game I have ever played. Smile big.
Subscribe. Of course, they have very different approaches and play styles between laying traps and hiding to bull in a china shop. And it has been so fun to coach an armchair quarterback each run as well. Of course, they definitely don't receive my feedback and criticism equally, so I have to be measured in how much I talk shop with them. James especially has impressed me as he had beaten the first boss, aka the concierge, each of the 3 times he has faced him. What? Beaten the first boss 3 times?
So
what?
I'm guessing no, because he loops back around, right?
It runs. Kind of like Hades. Yeah. Runs.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
He has to beat the boss every single time that he does a run.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty sure I didn't even do that when I was first playing. Oh.
I don't remember how far I got in Dead Cells before. I was
Padawan
like, this is fun,
has
but
become the master. So have you guys ever coached anyone on a game before and enjoyed the success that came from cheering them on? The only thing for me is when Clark was starting to learn games, we were playing Paw Patrol, and it's a side-scrolling game with no enemies. And he was learning how to jump from one platform to the other, and I was giving him instructions of when to run, when to jump, and that was his first venture, first leap into games. And now he's a game master. He doesn't need me on a lot of things. So that was really fun to coach him on that.
I've done coaching sessions with Kristen when she plays. Whenever she gets stuck on something, first she asks me because she knows I've played it, and then she'll go to YouTube. But she's actually been playing. She's been playing because I beat Tales of Kenzera Zhao, and she went back and started playing that on her own. And she's been playing through that and enjoying it. So, but yeah, there have been plenty of times where she gets stuck and she has just to ask me for help.
Did you have to do that when she played through Ori and the Blind Forest?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
That's a tough game.
Yeah,
it is. I didn't finish that one either.
I loved both of them, Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
I've coached Kingston some on anything that he plays, really.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like I've coached all of them now at this point because they all play now. They tried to get me to play Minecraft with them, so it was like reverse coaching, and I was like, my brain just doesn't work like this.
Yeah. My son's like, you play Minecraft Dungeons. Why don't you play Minecraft? And I was like, because Minecraft is not the same as Dungeons.
It's not fun at all.
No, I will not play Minecraft with you. I am sorry.
I will play Minecraft
I draw the
Dungeons all day long. But you tell me like just play regular Minecraft? Nah, man. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna just go buy a set of Legos and I'm gonna build like
boom. There you go.
Yeah. All right, back to Lucas. He says, in addition, watching them so much has, for the first time in 6 months, got me back into a little solo gaming.
Dun, dun,
what?
dun.
But I will share more about that next week. Oh no. Slippery slope, Lucas. Slippery slope.
As long as it wasn't Marvel Snap, I will be fine with that.
he probably had it on mute while praying. I mean, that's the only thing he could do. On the Eagle side of things, he says, I am pumped to have the next few weeks to spend the first few hours of each morning in Bible reading, prayer, and running and walking. I've seriously been slacking and running. What? Didn't he just run a half marathon?
Yeah. I don't feel like it's slacking. I think you're letting your body rest because you're old and you need to.
It's called living.
Yes. Enjoy some relaxation. Get your muscles back to 100%.
Like, you're not running another half marathon anytime soon, as far as I know. So, like, chill, dude. You're good.
All right. See, I've seriously been slacking and running and having that one-on-one time with God. So I'm looking forward to it. When do you guys find is the best moments to spend time with him?
Car rides. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, morning and car rides. Yeah.
Car rides.
Car rides for sure. There's been times where on vacation, just grabbing a coffee, going on the porch and doing that. I like just making time. Like for example, on vacation, I was like, I haven't done my Through the Word. I'm 2 chapters behind, and everyone's gonna go down and walk on the beach. And I was like, I'm just gonna hang back and go through the Word. Just like sometimes you just gotta make time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a lot easier to do it on vacation too, though, because you're not crunched for time like you normally are with the everyday life.
I've also been going. So the house here has this nice covered front porch, and so I'll go out and sit out front and listen to it there. Do my devotions there in the morning.
Yeah.
But mainly car rides.
All right. Anything else? Is that it for the?
That's everything for joiners.
Did anybody leave a voicemail?
Negative.
I don't think so. We didn't push that one.
Leave voicemails, y'all. Come on.
I mean, we can make it. Leave videos. Now that we do this, now that our new podcast set up, if you leave videos, if you leave audio clips, you don't have to call in. You can make an audio clip and upload it to Discord, and we will play it.
Yeah, because we can do that.
There's all different ways you can do it.
Yep.
But if you do a video, please wear a shirt.
Yes.
Like you ain't gotta stand up.
Public decency laws do apply.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get banned from YouTube.
Okay. I mean, if you want to do it without a shirt, I'm not judging.
Well, again, I am a little bit.
Females, if females do it, absolutely, please wear a shirt.
Put a shirt on. Yes. Let me retract my statement. I'm walking back on my statement.
If you want to see all your chest hair, go ahead. Whatever.
All right. So, you can connect with us on Discord. But if you'd rather connect with us visually or spectatorly, there's YouTube, Twitch, and where we have a plethora of other joiners who may or may not stream. But if you'd like to see what they're doing, you can do so. Come to Discord to check their links out. Finally, on Patreon and our merch page, you can support and gear up with us. So click that one link, linktree.com/thegmgpod. You can find it in the show notes or in our bio, or just type it out.
Speaking of our merch store,
Yeah.
As you may have seen on episode 300 this past week, which was amazing, by the way. Thanks to everybody who came out and tuned into 300 and took part in the giveaways. But we revealed on the show that we updated got some new merch designs on our storefront at gmgmerch.com. With the old Garbage Truck on Fire podcast t-shirt design from Nitro of Comics in the Cross podcast. Shout outs to Nitro. We love you. Thank you again for doing that.
Thank you.
And then, of course, the new Earl, Iffle, and Iggle design. And this week only, and you can see that if you're watching the video version, you'll see that up on the screen here. There's a little banner that reminds you, if you use the code GMG300 at checkout, you can get 20% off your purchase. And that is up until after this coming Saturday, which is the 15th. So after the 15th,
can we push that out a little bit? Because this episode's coming out the day before. Is there a way? Maybe we can extend it. We'll figure it out.
See. But you should go and check it out and maybe buy some stuff because you can save some money with a discount code. GMG 300.
Do it.
Yeah, GMG merch.
My shirts are on the way.
Nice. But that's
all right. Well, if you can't toss your attention or a coin to your podcasters, but are still the giving type, please rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Podchaser and Spotify. Currently, we have 73 reviews on all 3 sites combined. Well, let's get that one up to 100. So if you've rated us on Apple, rate us on Spotify. If you've already done those, rate us on Podchaser. If you've already done those, I don't know where else you can do it.
Send us a nice email and put some stars in it.
Yes, do that. Let us know, and we will read it on the show. Because it helps us reach new joiners.
It does.
We've reached a lot of joiners. Just looked it up, and on listennotes.com, it says that we are the top 2.5% of all podcasts in the world, and there's like 3.6 million podcasts out there right now that are putting out episodes. So let's get us up to 2%, the top 2%.
Slash that 0.5 off there.
Yeah, get that 0.5 out of there. And the only way we can do that is if you rate us. So please rate and review us. Yeah, and let your feedback be heard. You can call us at 929 GMG Guys. Leave a voicemail. You can do that.
You can.
Alrighty then. Ryan, Mark, and the spirit of Lucas, which we don't care about, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners. Go get your good morning on. Wait, hold on. How do you do this? Go get your good morning on this week. Wait, hold on. Go get your good morning on this week.
This week. No, go get your good morning this week.
Go get your good morning this week. Go get it.
Right?
Go get it.
Yeah.
Go get your good morning.
Do the thing. You know what to do.
Just look at it. Just look at it. Go get your good morning. And may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
1, 2, 3, 4.